Hello, and welcome to Caravel Gaming's coverage of the final of PTQ Dragon's Maze here in Manchester. Coming through from the other side of the draw was Raoul Zimmerman playing Junk. Indeed, this was the deck that Matt Light didn't want to play against because he feels it's his worst matchup. So maybe Matt would have been up against it anyway in the final, should he have made it through. And of course Cyrus, who we just saw beating Matt out in that semi-final playing Jund. And again, this is actually a pretty interesting matchup with a lot of interactions going on between the two decks.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I heard Cyrus talking to Matt in the semi-final, and he said he wasn't particularly looking forward to playing against Junk either. Raoul is a very good player. You might remember him from the SCG Open we covered as well.
In fact, that was the other thing we were going to mention, that Junk in the hands of a lot of players it is a good deck that can easily beat you up no matter what you're playing, but Raoul's a guy who just isn't going to be making those mistakes with the deck. No,
I mean, you are guys who followed us before will remember him from the Legacy SCG coverage that we did. He played very solidly with John there, ended up taking down the tournament, and here he is again playing the sort of aggressive mid-range style deck and doing very well with it as well.
But then the reason he does very well with it is he actually really enjoys Magic and plays a lot of it.
Yeah.
Turns out if you practice a lot, you do quite well at this game.
Yep. Cyrus takes Raoul's Dark Confident there. And Raoul draws another one like it's not a problem. You can only when you're in Cyrus's position there, the only thing you can do is smile about it. Really.
Well, there's plenty of ways of dealing with it in Cyrus's deck, so you just got to draw one of them.
Even before it happened, Raoul was moving his Dark Confident to the graveyard there. So I think overall in this matchup, I would say that Junk is slightly fair, mainly due to this card.
So let's talk about
Souls.
the early game, since we're in the early game. Obviously, Junk just wants anything at all to stick.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of stuff which can stick as well. The Loxodon Smiters. Lingering Souls is such a good card against Jund as well.
Makes Liliana irrelevant.
I mean, Liliana's not a great card against the Junk deck anyway because of Loxodon Smiter and because of Lingering Souls. It's just she's just not.
That's the thing, It's like, that's fine. I'll quite happily sacrifice a creature.
Yeah.
If you want to carry on making discard, then I'll just beat you up for 4. That's also good.
Yeah.
Or I'll discard another Lingering Souls. How about that?
Yeah, I'll make some more creatures. That's okay, I suppose. And of course, the Junk deck also has Dark Confidence and Deathrite Shamans of its own. So, Thoughtseize from Cyrus. He's got a pretty heavy draw, and that's Thrun the Last Troll that's gone into the graveyard there. So, it's
a big hit, that Thrun.
Yeah, main deck Thrun as well for the Junk deck. So you can certainly see why Matt was going to be very apprehensive to play against this Junk deck.
So in come the Pokemon tokens.
Yep.
Representing 1/1 spirits at this point.
Yep. As was pointed out to us at the time, because they're not Ghastlies, they are a Flavor Fail, but you can only go so far, I suppose, with these things. Kitchen Finks. In fact, the card that for a while in Jund was competing with Lingering Souls for a position.
But we're not seeing much interaction here at the moment.
Nope, completely ignoring each other.
And Cyrus isn't winning this race.
No chance. I mean, Raoul's also got he's got 4 more power in the graveyard there, should he choose to use it.
Cyrus going to have any sweepers main deck here? Is there any reason not to use it?
He may have John Charm, but I honestly don't think he does. Aside from that, no, there's no sweepers in Cyrus's deck.
So you're just lobbing out more tokens at this point?
Really depends how his hand develops here. I mean, Raoul, it looks like he's got another card in hand. He could just lay the Temple Garden untapped and make 4 more guys and just put Cyrus on a 2-turn clock. believe Cyrus might have access to Electrickery or Golgari Charm in his board. Just for this particular reason, because Lingering Souls is such a harsh card for him to deal with. It's also the reason why Electrolyze has become such a good card in the format, because it's one of the cards that can
And
actually
sure enough,
go
we're
for...
seeing one of them coming out.
Yep. Raoul is showing yet more Pokemons.
But chooses to bring the other land intact.
Yep. I don't think he wants to let Cyrus in the game as far as shocking himself with his own lands goes.
Yeah.
Raoul's just going to take the 3 off the kitchen finks there.
Yeah, the next 2 tokens he produces next turn are probably just going to be chumps.
Yep. 3 from Cyrus, and Liliana the Veil. That is rather unimpressive on this board.
I think you will be both discarding there.
Yep. And that's Path to Exile for Raoul going away.
I think Raoul just ignores Lily at this point and just points straight at the face.
He's going to go straight for
Lily
that
is a really irrelevant card in the grand scheme of things.
Notice the anti-clockwise tapping from Raoul.
A couple more tokens would be a good play here.
I mean, you can see the devastation that Lingering Souls is causing here. Raoul is doing this all off the back of just 2 Lingering Souls, and Cyrus just has no answer to what's going on here.
And these are going to be probably chumping to stay out of Tribal Flames range.
Well, he's not going to have access to Tribal Flames. He's probably just going to use 1 to block
burn
the
spells
kid.
in general.
Yeah. The old Kibble, I only lose to triple lightning bolt. Oh, I have triple lightning bolt. How lucky is that? Raoul also has 2 mana up, so he could certainly have access to Abrupt Decay or another... he could have another Path to Exile in his hand.
Well, there's no point keeping your guys on defence. They can't block.
Yep.
You might as well turn them sideways.
Sacrifice a guy, so you can't kill me next turn if you block. Raoul's just going to take it and go to 9. And we're probably going to see an Alpha Strike here, just to see if Cyrus has got any sort of response. Yep, Alpha Strike in, and nothing from Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus scoops them up, so 1 card goes all away, and Raoul takes the first game, so it's 1-0.